How's it going, Chooms? Tormaline Hazard here. We're back. Finally. Feels like forever. More Metal Gear Solid.
Has it only been like a week, though?
I mean, no, it hasn't. For us doing recordings, no.
Yes, it has. Let me check my calendar, bitch.
Well,
Let me check my calendar.
Whatever. Anywho, how you doing today, Tiny?
My girlfriend's dead. I'm sad. I don't want to be here.
Yes, Tiny has found comfort in Sniper Wolf, and unfortunately, they are no longer.
Yeah, she's gone.
It's unfortunate.
My perfect fucking woman is now dead in the snow. I would have fought that nerd boy and won for her.
That's wild.
No, I think you're right. I think it's been like 2 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah, I told you. Forever.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. How does that not up suspicion? Because it's so fucking loud.
Well, first off, we're in a massive blast furnace area. What do you think?
That's valid. I guess because it doesn't sound loud in the game, which makes sense. Yeah, that doesn't... He has a lot of heel strength. That isn't even toe strength, that's heels.
So, in the remake, the Twin Snakes version, you actually hang off of it. In the
that makes more sense.
PS1, they couldn't do that, so they just, you know, it looks goofy.
Yeah, I get that. We're just gonna go with the fact that like what Snake is doing in that moment is that he's using the power of his ass to just create a bubble of suction between him and the wall. Wow. That's my theory.
All right, fixed it.
That's how powerful Snake's ass is. You did fucking fix it.
Yeah, that resets
no, it doesn't.
It. No.
It does?
That's yeah. That's a service elevator.
Oh.
What I'm doing is something different. Trying to get an item.
Crawl, Snake.
Oh, I didn't see the cameras, but it's fine. Chief. Body armor.
Fuck yeah, we now have been armored.
Because we missed it earlier in the game, we get another chance to get it. Ow.
It's alright, we were just trying to play the game on hard mode. Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, you equip the body armor. I take less damage.
Just as body armor is want to do. Look at that little run, that little jog. Just like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Going down.
Going down.
There he is.
Just like last time.
Why do they sound like they're in pain?
Damn.
Like, the voice actor's like, hey, you're jumping onto an elevator about to go to battle against a really awesome dude.
Did you not
What is
see
your
that?
battle cry? I did see that, but I was still stuck on their battle cries.
I didn't know I
there
could
goes.
do that. That makes this
There
fight
goes.
so much easier.
Yeah, just knock him the fuck off. Can't fight if you're dead.
I did not know you could do that.
So there you go. Now it's smooth sailing from here.
I played this game so many times since my childhood. I did not know you could kick them off the edge on the PS1 version. Oh, it's just a gun camera.
Hey, but you've learned something new after all these years in your favorite game. How does that make you feel?
Old.
Naomi Hunter. What about
Talk
her?
about Naomi Hunter.
Is this
Here we go.
conversation secure? Don't worry.
Not really.
The monitor's
Interesting
Okay.
information.
What's
You'll
up?
need to know.
off. I was in the FBI too, you know. I didn't know that. What's your point?
Yeah, I didn't either,
Dr.
so.
Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover.
It's a
in the
lie, isn't it?
FBI. Yeah. And then going undercover to investigate the mafia in New York. Yeah, what about it? It was all a big lie.
Yeah, it's not too fantastical.
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it? She lied. She might be a spy.
That's what I think.
Ridiculous. Come on, even a high school student could see past it. The head of the FBI at that time, Edgar Hoover, he was a well-known racist. Didn't
Yeah.
Naomi say that her father was Japanese? Yeah. Well, back then, there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 1950s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started yet. They first started in 1960, in Chicago, not New York. But
Yep.
you better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying, and that ninja. Too many strange things are happening. Are you
Yeah, Naomi and her
saying
giant
Naomi
forehead
might
were
be behind
also were kind
it? I
of
don't know.
rubbing me
Either
weird
that,
too.
Or she's working with the terrorists. Could it be? If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
What's funny is me knowing the entire game, the entire story from beginning to end, and listening to you try to work it out. Kind of like the same thing with the Killer 7 series is really amusing to me because I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, I know why. But you're like, nah, she up to something.
But she Ido. I know you know. I know you know.
I don't know, it's just funny to me. Also,
Everyone else in this
Is-
game is so open with Snake, but she isn't.
well, I mean,
That's what
Campbell
bothers me.
was lying too.
Who the fuck's Campbell?
Welcome,
Colonel?
Cossack. This is the
Yeah, but
end of
eventually he
the
came
road.
clean because they worked together
Right,
so.
my friends.
Like Colonel knew Snake was gonna find out.
Yeah, but
Listen,
anywho.
They agree.
I remember him.
Ravens
He's so
aren't
cool.
scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle. The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all.
I can't move.
What was that laugh?
And has put the mark of death upon you. Blood from the east flows within your veins. Ah, your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
I don't have any crows in my family tree.
You jest, but indeed ravens and snakes are not the best of friends. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary.
Sorry, the raven like coming off his forehead and like the weird like.
Eskimo Indian
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it. Must be
It
a
just
real
threw me
thrill
off.
muck duck eating contest.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the
I love this
Ear
guy.
Pull. It is an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
The form is different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we'll see if there's iron in your words.
Fuck it, I love this. First off, his cone of vision is that big.
I mean, this guy grew up looking in the snows, you know what I mean? I can imagine that he's attuned very differently. That being said, that freaking raven tattoo, like spiritually coming out of his forehead to form a raven to land on Snake's shoulder and seeing that in PS1 graphics just really took me off guard. It really took me off guard.
Oh, it's great.
It's so funny.
Only downside is I hate. Like, here's the thing. I love this character. I kind of hate this boss fight.
No, I agree. This is kind of a boss fight.
The problem is he could also destroy some of the structures, so he could like destroy your pathway.
Because it just seems like he's just shooting stuff. It doesn't seem like much of a challenge.
It will be eventually.
Yeah, when he starts destroying structures, but like, it's just like, it went from like him, I don't know. I don't understand this whole ear pulling thing. Do they pull on each other's ears while doing this? Like, I wish you explained a little bit more
He was talking about the,
like,
well, if he was talking about the Indian and Eskimo Olympics, which is an actual thing. Yeah, but you were laughing, so you couldn't hear him.
No, I got that part. I just didn't understand. He said like it's about your physical strength and your spiritual strength, you know?
It's essentially his way of saying, here's why I'm gonna fight you.
Oh, okay. So I was like, I don't understand how this relates to. So he's just doing it just to see how strong he is.
Well,
And he sees Snake as that.
He values you as a warrior. That's why he wants to fight you.
Okay. I guess I get that. He doesn't want to fight you unless you're worth fighting, kind of thing. Ha! Snake getting shot the way he fell. Dang, son.
I'm literally trying to get around, but the fucking box is like, no.
No. Wow, you're in a bad spot. There you go. You hear him just stomping around. Yeah, it's definitely one of the more boring fights, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah. But this next
All
part
this
is
build up, my friend.
Just as the boss
yeah,
said,
but this next part
my existence
fucking metal as
is no
fuck.
longer needed in this world. But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake! I will be watching you.
Oh, also he
Understand?
dropped some very interesting lore for you, Tiny.
I'm listening. Now make out.
Snake, take this security card. It will open that door.
Why?
You are a snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss. You are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man who you saw die before your eyes.
There we go.
What is it?
I just imagine Tiny just like sitting at the edge of her chair.
Not the DARPA chief. It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself. But he wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death. But why go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself. Snake.
All the way down to his blood.
Yeah, because it sounded. Oh, then this part. This is metal as fuck.
Different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. Each step you take is paved with the corpses of your enemies. Their souls will haunt you forever. You shall have no peace. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
It's so fucking cool.
Fucking wizard, man.
I mean,
So anyway, so
the
that
crows ate 'em.
was.
Snake, it's me.
Oh,
Master. It's about Naomi. Turn your
Tell me.
monitor off.
What about Naomi?
Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah. Go on, Master.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
you okay?
And
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
so then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
A spy?
A spy, you say?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to sabotage
I was taking a sip
this
of water and
operation.
it caught my throat.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
Different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest.
What?
She's betrayed us. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or
Excuse me,
something?
Colonel.
Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the Armstech president?
I have no idea.
Anyway,
Colonel.
we cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You were hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand. Snake, give me some time.
I don't have any time left for you.
Ayo.
It, 1 second.
The Colonel's in a very impossible situation, I guess.
Makes sense. Reload. Okay. So, Tiny.
What's in this
What?
imposter's big head?
So, how do you feel about knowing that DARPA Chief wasn't DARPA Chief, but in fact Decoy Octopus, a character we never meet?
I'm kind of curious about the whole blood thing. So it seems like he's done this before?
Yeah, he's a
Or he was
master of
able to-
disguise, and he
That's
copies
exactly what I mean.
copies
everything down to their
everyone
blood.
Down to their blood.
But he died this time.
Yeah, but here's the question. So we saw that weird flashback, right?
Uh-huh.
So from what I can tell you, it should also tell you that we were lied about. Remember, the DARPA chief said, they read through my mind. But Baker said, wait a minute, we both have, like, mental shielding. They should have been able to read his mind. So why would Decoy Octopus not only disguise as DARPA, but also tell us this? Also, fucking Metal Gear. God, this thing is so cool looking. But yeah, what's going on in your head?
I have a couple of theories. So, like, one theory is that because he's such an intense master of disguise, right, that he would be able to mentally imitate the DARPA chief to such a point that maybe even he could figure out the code.
That's interesting. That's a good theory.
My other theory is this was all a ploy to get Snake to activate Metal Gear.
That's another good theory.
I think this is all a backwards ploy. Like, I think that, like, in the end, the reason why America doesn't want to come to negotiating table is because they're bringing Metal Gear to America. And Snake thinks he's stopping it, but they're actually activating it, and it's going to be under the American jurisdiction.
That is actually a really good theory. I like that. Now, obviously I know the answer, but my other question is, Tiny. Regardless of those theories, why would it have caused Octopus to die from a heart attack?
My guess is because the stress levels were so high. I have two theories again. That the stress levels in the blood of the DARPA chief are already so high that when that was already in his system, it affected the blood in him and caused him to have a heart attack.
A good place to hide.
But there was also that that Mantis was nearby. I think Mantis might have killed him.
Another good theory.
Where are you now?
I don't know if Mantis could do that, but that would be really scary if he could. But anyway, I love this whole segment about Otacon that you find interesting because it's just so, it's kind of goofy.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yup, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't
Are
know
you
yet,
a
but I'll
hacker?
try.
You a hacker?
He is. That's the one thing you learn about Otacon throughout the rest of the series. Is he's your best buddy now. He is like the best hacker ever. Like, he's actually really good at it.
That would make sense. Otacon would be a fucking hacker. Stupid weeb.
Wow. I mean, okay, to be fair, he did get into science because he wanted to make robots because of anime.
Snake,
There you go.
It's me again.
How's it going?
This happens a few times when you just walk 2 feet.
I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay.
But just look at his portrait.
Try.
Yeah.
Tell me
that's
that
what I'm
isn't
saying.
like.
That is the stereotype of successful weeb. Just his portrait.
Lamau. Just grabbing some
I
items.
would marry him.
Oh. Wouldn't say that. I mean, technically I would, but when I say that, Tiny, I don't know if you remember what I said last episode. Everyone he loves dies.
I'm cool with that. And
Oh my god.
at least I can spend his money for a while.
Wow.
I will live in luxury until the moment I die.
Christ. All right.
He'll be sad, I won't be.
did it.
You got
Good
past
job.
security?
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear
Oh,
file.
here we go.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear
This
weapon.
is actually kind of
Just as I
crazy
thought,
and scary.
The nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show
Yep.
up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it
Yep.
can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
How
Invisible nuclear
terrifying is that?
Yep.
Impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
So that.
Learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections.
Yep.
Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this,
It
Colonel?
wouldn't be the first time.
I'm sorry.
Hi-oh.
Fucking Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Ocelot took it from me.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the
Not if
dummy
we stop
warhead
'em.
was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Why would he put it in a file though if it was implanted in his brain?
It wasn't in his brain. This is some scary stuff, Tiny. Also, there's a dude there. Oh
There's
man,
a dude there.
what am I gonna do?
I don't fucking know what you're gonna do with that dude.
You know what's funny? I usually just snipe him, but I never thought that. Let me just use a stinger.
Just blow him up. What's he gonna do about it? Nothing. That's what I thought.
Snake,
Did you find it?
Oh, here we go.
I haven't found
Oh,
out about the
damn,
override
never mind.
system yet, but I
Oh
found
my
Baker's
God.
ulterior motive.
What?
Looking to get rich, isn't he?
Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see.
Yeah, well,
So anyway, what about the override?
so are a lot of
Just give
bad
me a little
guys
bit
in this
longer.
series.
So we have to walk out around a bit more, all this fuckery through files.
Well, yes, because we're here.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and
Hey, more
disengaged the
cutscenes.
safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington.
It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for
This
Jonathan,
next
Russia?
part, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's gonna be a lot of
There's
cutting.
been a change. The new
fine.
target is Locknor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid.
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site?
If
Yup.
we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese.
Yep.
What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the president's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India. I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the president will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion? That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox dye. It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe
It's
it's just because
so much
this
better than
Fox dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once
man.
we get the DNA
Yeah.
and the money,
this
will be
part.
ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this
Place outer heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
Let's go.
Boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is in it again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief of the Armstech president.
Oh, he knows.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't
Ocelot
you know?
fucking
You have the keys
knows.
on him.
Ocelot
Then
is a
no one can
major
stop Metal
character
Gear now.
throughout everything.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl. She's alive.
Beep beep.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Let's go.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the
Hey, Tiny, you wanna hear the dumbest thing ever?
About. It can
What?
also be used to input the detonation codes.
I hate this
You
part.
see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert
What?
them when it's inactive, it becomes activated.
Which makes
And
sense,
you can
yeah.
What?
only use the keys once.
Okay.
Only once, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
You better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've
This
only
is
got
the
one
dumb
of them.
part.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are
In
you
that one
talking
key.
about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Which is stupid.
Memory alloy.
Yes, it's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah, the card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
I hate this thing
Can you
so
see
much.
the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals.
It's like you have a
are for the
key made out of
emergency
slime.
input. There should be a symbol on each screen.
That's kind of smart, though.
Each symbol
Yeah.
corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right.
EWZ.
The left one's for the room
That's just the symbol, it
temperature
means
key.
nothing.
See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Who's that?
Oh, by the way, that key is gone now.
The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake! This
Really,
is
Snake?
bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Oh no, what will I ever do?
It's not bomb-proof.
Snake.
No, it is, but
That key.
Aw, damn.
it's more like I gotta get the out of here. I forgot. Oh yeah.
I can't believe, Snake, in all your training, you get a little shot in your hand and your instinct isn't to
Wait for
clamp.
it. Oh no, they're after me. What will I ever do?
Are you serious?
He just walks away.
Are you serious? I can't even.
It's okay, Tiny.
Wow.
Because now we
That
gotta
just
go.
happened.
Yeah, now we gotta go find the key.
I guess it's not that far, is it?
It's in the drainage. It's in the drainage ditch, but I think a rat eats it.
A rat eats the card.
Yeah, and then we have to blow up the rat.
What?
Well, how else do you get key cards out of rats?
I don't know. Pick them up and cut open their guts.
Okay, also the sewage hurts us.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh boy,
Some
bomb.
nasty sewage.
Oh, there we go.
Snake, did you find the key?
Shut up. It was not important, don't worry.
It was about the rat.
Yeah. A rat, a trap, and I'm happy about that. Every is that I was caught.
All right, now we got the very important
Now-
magical key.
Now, literally the most annoying part of the game, in my honest opinion. Now, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of cutting back and forth. I'm just gonna take a lot off this video. I hope you have enough spoons for this because I want to see how you react at the end of this. Now we wait.
So we're back with the Ravens. How was your dinner, Raven friends?
So
was it nice and meaty?
Actually, so while we're here, I will add this part to the video because I'm curious now what your thoughts on, because you had your theories, but now he mentioned, oh, rip, he mentioned, hey, Fox Die kills the octopus in that arms tech dude.
So I remember in the later, and I know a little bit because I watched my husband play one of the games, one of the later games. I think it was like the last game they released for Metal Gear.
Well, the latest one was Metal Gear Solid 5.
I think that's the one he played, but I can't remember. Anyway, but they were talking about how like the Genome Soldiers had like a virus in them, like as a result from the experimentation, and it made them really unstable and would kill them. So is that what's happening?
No, that sounds really confusing because that doesn't sound like Metal Gear Solid 5 at all. Huh. Oh, but hey, card's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not frozen, but it changed. See how it changes? It's cool.
Can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
So yeah, the reason I hate this is we have to go all the way back, and it's not just go to one room farther. No, you have to go through the freezer,
Go all the way back.
go up 2 elevators, and hang on the blast furnace, and they fucking try to scare you like, oh man, don't hang on the freezer for too long, or you know, the key will go back to its other temperature. Then you have to go all the way back. This part sucks. This is like my biggest complaint with this game, and that's it.
Well, back then, you know, limitations of the console kind of thing.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
And you should talk
Tell
to
me.
the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called
There you go,
Fox
Tiny.
Die?
Oh,
No.
goodness.
Fox Die. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah, it's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the
Virus, okay.
details, but
What are you trying to say?
it's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Fox Die kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay. I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
Dun dun
I'm afraid
dun.
so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Die vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
So when you said it was in the base somehow, You didn't expect Snake to be the carrier, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yep. So in the beginning of the game, if you remember, Snake's mentioned, because it gets mentioned that he gets injected. Oh, the fucking gun camera.
With nanomachines, yeah.
Nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide. So he would be unaffected by the Alaskan cold. So that gives Naomi a proper position to inject him with Fox dye, which is, once again, you know, targeting specific people. So why is Naomi doing this? And who would she be sending codes to in Alaska?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi,
Fuck you want?
is what the Colonel says true?
Yes. But not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real
Sad
name or
music
even what my parents
hours.
looked like. I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi,
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England.
I mean, this plot, this backstory is kind of important because we learned something
Where I
interesting.
got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi.
Oh,
you're
she's
too worried
Indian. How
about the past.
cute.
Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me.
She's something.
I was alone
She's white
for
though.
so
She's something.
long, until I met my
You probably
big
just
brother
can't tell.
and him,
Your big
Yo,
brother.
like you beat. Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Frank Yeager.
What?
The alcohol?
He was a young soldier.
Nope, Frank
He
Yeager.
picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
Gray Fox, the ninja.
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America.
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Big Boss, baby.
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox dye? Fox dye is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the
There you go.
victim's body. Foxdie contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
Thus submitting
They cause
the
a heart attack.
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Foxdie.
Huh? You weren't.
Dun dun dun.
You were injected with Foxdie as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
This part is so long, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm listening.
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Foxdie was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Excuse me, you said Foxdie was a part of this operation, and that is no longer need to know.
Yup. So,
Foxdie has been programmed to kill everyone along this operation, all the terrorists. That's why Washington isn't coming to the table. She also programmed Foxdie to kill Snake, even though it wasn't going to kill Snake. He was just supposed to be the carrier as he was interacting with all these people. He was going to deactivate Metal Gear if it even got to that point. But Foxdie was meant to kill everyone because it recognizes their DNA, to then it caused them to have a heart attack. But they weren't accounting for all these other little factors that were happening.
yep.
Very interesting concept. And the idea,
What?
so...
Chef grenade didn't go off. There we go. Alright, sorry, go ahead.
So what's interesting about this weird virus that she created that recognizes the DNA of proteins, so they would have to make a virus. So for her to put it in one injection tube, right? She would have to have multiple strands of this one virus inside of Snake for it to then be able to multiply in his body and spread out to these people. And they all have to be carrying these different types of DNA. That's very interesting, very fascinating, very complicated, probably not feasible.
Yeah, probably not. It gets even crazier when you know the real intent from it, and the problem is you don't learn the real intent from it in this game. The real intent of everything, and you're gonna hate this, is in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Probably because they didn't have a real intent, and they were like, "Ha! There was no real intent."
I mean,
Metal Gear Solid 4.
I don't know that.
I think this game was just meant to tell a really cool story, and then it got bigger than what was expected.
Yeah. Maybe.
And that's fair.
Maybe, but I think it's really cool what they did with him 4. But let's get ready to deactivate this once for all, Tiny.
Finally. All of this to this point.
3 confirmed. PAL code entry complete. Detonation code activated.
No, why?
There you go, Tiny.
because you only need 2, so now put in the 3rd one, Snake.
We did put in the 3rd one.
Thank you,
Oh, shit.
Snake. Now the
Kinda, you were
detonation
right.
code is completed.